The legend of Ernie Shell, the bounty hunter who couldn't, once upon a time in a land filled with Facebook live streams and shady GoFundMe links, there existed a man named Ernie Shell. To the untrained eye, Ernie seemed like an elite bounty hunter, a top-tier fugitive recovery agent, and an unstoppable crime-fighting machine. But to those who had been around for longer than 5 minutes, Ernie was nothing more than a professional scam artist, a full-time internet crybaby, and the self-proclaimed CEO of I Didn't Do Nothing Inc., the rise of the predator catcher. Kind of Ernie started his journey claiming he was out to protect the world from evil. He wore gas station sunglasses and a Walmart tactical vest, which, in his mind, made him look like an action hero. The reality? He looked like someone who got kicked out of a paintball arena for being too extra. He would go live on Facebook, yelling about catching predators. The only problem? The only thing Ernie ever caught was an attitude. Every so-called operation ended the same way. Ernie filming himself pacing in a parking lot, rambling about trolls, and then suddenly needing donations because they were after him. The kidnapping that never happened. One fateful day, Ernie took his scamming to the next level. He went live in the backseat of a car screaming, "Help me, they got me!" His followers gasped. Was this it? Had the evil forces finally captured the world's greatest fugitive recovery agent? Nah, turns out Ernie had kidnapped himself. Yes, the man staged his own abduction like he was starring in a low-budget action movie, but forgot that when you fake a kidnapping, you probably shouldn't be checking your phone and grinning between screams. When the police showed up, Ernie tried to convince them he was in grave danger, but they took one look at his fake distress and told him to take a nap. The super soldier suit scam as Ernie's lies got bigger. So did his need for donations. One day, he came up with his masterpiece, the super soldier suit. I'm telling y'all, he said on live, adjusting his dollar store sunglasses, if I had a super soldier suit, I could take these criminals down at all cost. His audience, which by this point was mostly made up of trolls waiting to clip his nonsense, was dying. How much you need, Ernie? Someone asked. $4,000. For what, bro? For justice. Of course, the super soldier suit never materialized, and Ernie never explained where the donations went. But he did show up a week later wearing a new pair of cheap boots, so at least some of the money went to his feet. The great run from the cops, or more accurately, the great run from nothing. One day, while live streaming in the middle of a parking lot, because where else? Ernie saw a police car in the distance. Now, the average person might ignore this, but not Ernie. Oh no! His highly trained bounty hunter instincts kicked in. "They're after me," he screamed, throwing his phone in the air and taking off at full speed. The funny part? The cops weren't chasing him. They didn't even know who he was. Ernie was literally running from his own imagination. Unfortunately, his getaway lasted all of 30 seconds before he tripped over his own feet and fell dramatically into a ditch. Even funnier, he stayed there for 5 minutes, convinced the cops were closing in. Eventually, when he realized no one cared, he dusted himself off, picked up his phone, and said, "At all costs, they will never beat me." The never-ending live streams of madness, too. This day, Ernie still roams the internet, begging for donations, dodging accountability, and making up new jobs for himself. One week, he's a fugitive recovery agent. The next, he's a secret agent. And by next month, he'll probably claim he's the King of England. But no matter what title he gives himself, one thing remains true. Ernie Shell is the dumbest person on the internet. We all watch as he gets triggered. We are so close, fellow trolls. So close to a highway run, and you better believe we all are here for it. If Skern gets any more inbred, he would be a sandwich. Hey, Skernist, lean in. Real men don't get on YouTube and brag about how great of a man they are. We don't sit here and talk about ourselves. A real man just don't do that.